Hello, Monsters of Bastion. Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 21, part 21 of every time, every fucking time, my Skarbrand campaign, where Skarbrand's about to turn up in 15 seconds, always fashionably late to a party. Also, maybe don't, if you've got your Chaos Furies attacking a gate, maybe don't shoot them with skull cannons. Just a thought. It does tend to, like, go through the Chaos Furies. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. You know, generally it's fine. So we're sending in our little blood... Again, I don't know what the fuck these are called. Like, blood hosts? I think they're blood hosts or something. Skull hosts? What are they hosting for? Skulls? Do fucking love their skulls. Why couldn't we come across a bridge? I mean, it'd be annoying, but why couldn't we have the option? Why not bridges? CA? Bridges, make it happen. Also, we need more bridge battles, to be honest. Bridge battles are always some of the most fun, because you can, like, funnel the enemy into a big choke point and then mow them down. It's the best thing in the world. Unless you're having to go across the bridge. Anyway, we've sent some of our Chaos Warhounds to nom the gates, because of course Doggo's very good at opening gates. They're expert lockpickers. What can I say? Look, you give a dog a lock. If you're ever locked out of your house, find the nearest dog, just hand him a hairpin, one of those. If you're married, then you'll be able to find them literally anywhere. Any surface will be covered in the fucking things. I don't know why they keep buying them, but they do. And you find them everywhere. I swear to God. Anyway, hand him a hairpin, and that dog will have that door unlocked in less than a minute. I swear to God. They are... No door is safe from a dog. Cats, on the other hand, not good at lockpicking. Just don't try it with cats. Just FYI. Okay, so this seems to be going okay. I don't care what happens to this, to be honest. It's not really that important. Meanwhile, in comes Brian and Ricky, and there's the great Cornholio. We also have Skarbrand now murdering his way through some spearmen who are desperately trying to hold their spears to fend him off. It's not, I mean, you are a squishy human with a big pointy stick trying to fend off a roided up horror from another dimension. I mean, it's not... It's not the best... It's not the best position to be in, is it? Really? Nope. No sorry, Bob. Okay, this is fairly okay. I say, I don't really care what happens to this army, so should they all die, not really a massive problem. The Bloodthirsters are taking a bit of damage, so I just threw them into the fight, not really caring about what happens. They are pretty killy anyway, 62 kills on this Bloodthirster. And we're now sending the Bloodletters to go and attack Empire Knights, all that kind of shit. Okay, the Bloods, Fleshhounds nomming down on some Spear Boys. And then over here... Skarbrand trying to break through the barricade so we can go up to the top. This little minor supply location really controls a lot of shit. It's got 2 towers and like 8, 10 barricades under its control. So taking that, pretty important. This one is 4 towers. So just taking that down is going to knock out some towers. This has only got 2 towers. Like, I feel like maybe this one should maybe control like the barricades here, maybe? That would be my thinking. And maybe the tower there as well. I mean, that would give that only 1 tower, but it's got a lot of barricades to make up for it. All I'm thinking is, you know, share some of your barricades. Not that we need to take the point, because it looks like the enemy army is about to just shatter. Due to army losses. That's unfortunate for them. Don't really care what happens to that initial army. Oh, 32k. Yeah, I do want the 32k. I do. To be fair, I do want the 32k. Let's not beat around the bush. Now we do have Gestaltin here with his. I mean, how many settlements does Right, let's find out how many settlements Kislev have. They're still strength rank 4 on 8 settlements, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they've got another one somewhere, maybe down here. I don't think someone suggested maybe they had like Castle Drakenhof, but. I don't think so. So it's 4 there, 5, 6, 7. There's only 1 there, right? Oh no, 8. So yeah, basically they've got like a handful of sets. So they've got the Temple of Heim. So they've got Okay, so let's look at this. We can effectively see everything. They've got 193 there, 549 there. So this province, all in all. We can change it by faction. There we go. So they're making 1,403 there. The Gorum Madni is making 861. So making just over 2k. And then you have to add in the money from Yitich, which is 110. And the money from Kislev, which is 330. Now, that's got to be under 3,000. So they've got under 3,000 income, plus whatever bonus income they have. Now,
unhand the supreme patriarch.
If we say, at a rough estimate, they've got about 6k income, I would say that probably sounds about right. I reckon the A High has about 3,000 bonus income on top of their upkeep reduction, which they obviously have, because we can see that Elemental Bears only cost them 286. Should be a lot more. I think when I was recruiting, like, War Bear Riders, they were something like 500 upkeep each. I think 400, and that was in Boris's army, and he gives, like, massive upkeep reductions for War Bears. So I think it's fair to say that the AI shouldn't probably have too many armies, but it feels like Kislev either has a very good economy, maybe because those 3 major cities they get, which obviously now are torched. Fuck you, Kislev! Fuck, how are you making 20 income from this? What are you doing with it? You haven't even rebuilt the port, you stupid bastards. That should be objective 1. Honestly, it's so hard to find bad help these days. I swear to God. Right, okay. Anything else we got to do? Jake the Snake. And he's not called that because he owns a large penis, ladies. No, he's actually just like snakes. Just likes reptiles of all kinds, really. Weird segue. I got an advert on YouTube for, like, live crickets the other day. I was like, what demographic do I fit into where you think I want live crickets? Oh well. Oh well. It was, you know, I mean, I skipped it. Obviously always watch the ads, because, you know, gotta deal with inflation somehow, don't I? Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm gonna run away. You gonna catch me? Oh. Wait, is this? What the fuck are you? I did wonder. Should we? So I think this is the armies around Hulk Hogan. It's just that Hulk Hogan isn't actually in attendance. Should we fight this one? We can probably do more damage fighting it than just auto-resolving it. Probably makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Cathay forces coming down the hill to attack us. Our reinforcements are arriving. But we need to take out their artillery, which is what we're doing. So we're going to spawn in some bloodletters. They're going to take out that grand cannon for us. Just like gently whap them it. It's some oxes, guys. Just okay, we just murdered all the crew. That'll do. And then you can charge down here and take out this grand cannon. And then they have no more cannons left. Which should be with. We do have some Furies coming in on the left side there. Right side of the Cathay forces. And the Fleshhounds just nomming on some cavalry. And now we're just going to bring them around to try and take out those missile units. Meanwhile, the rest of our forces now pushing up. We've got a big host of Bloodthirsters. A lot of them are pretty badly wounded, and so probably going to get shot out of the air or killed during the battle. But to be honest, I'm not that bad. This is just about doing as much damage as possible. We also have a Terracotta Sentinel there, which is fun. So we're taking out the missile units. Melee units moved too far ahead, and we could flank around them very, very easily. The Furies mopping up. We do have some cannon crew coming back to their cannons, and the Bloodletters have unfortunately disintegrated. Jade Warrior Crossbowmen getting nommed there by the Furies. They're not going to do very well against that. The Furies are very, very killy over there as well. Crossbows being taken out. The Fleshhounds might die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing for them to make. And now we have our infantry slowly making their way into melee combat, which is exactly where we want them. On the Bloodthirsters going down. Slowly poked to death by spears, but he was already badly wounded anyway. You see a Bloodthirster and a Terracotta Sentinel going toe-to-toe, and the rest of our Bloodletters now arriving on the Cathay left, or the Cathay right flank, I should say, our left flank. So we've got a bit of a melee going on down here, the Fleshhounds and Furies taking out the missile units. And you know, that they were not protecting their missile units. They should have been, but they weren't. They were not holding any position. They just charged forward to engage our melee units, which of course is a mistake because our melee units are much stronger than theirs. And then it was just a case of basically taking them out while their back was turned. So our Chaos Spawn and the Bloodletters should be more than a match for these Shade Warriors. And of course, we've got the Bloodthirsters as well, and some Blood Shrines, so buffing up our melee attack. Not that we need more melee attack, but, you know, we have it. This Bloodthirster is quite surrounded, but he's still killed 55, and he's free as well, so who cares? He does look cool, though, doesn't he? Sort of like a very dark red. He looks pretty bitchin'. The Cathay right flank has collapsed, and our Bloodletters are now free to sort of rampage up the line, taking out those missile units. This battle's going very badly for Cathay. I don't think the AI knows how to use Cathay. Basically, either has some very nasty missile units that manage to keep you at range, or they die horribly. Particularly against, like, the Demon factions, who are just very strong. Like, particularly Khorne can just barrel into enemies. He's kind of got the resilience, a little bit of the resilience of Nurgle with the sheer killing power of Slaanesh. He's kind of like a balanced version of the two. And he does very well when it comes to just slaughtering everything. I mean, that's pretty much his job, isn't it? Slaughtering everything he gets hands on. Look at this. Cathay just completely annihilated. What was that, like 1.5 stacks? God. I mean, I'm sure they must be running out of bodies soon, maybe. I mean, there's enough of them on the battlefield. Well, the AI can be aggressive when it thinks it can win. Ooh, that's a lot of skulls. We do have 40,000 skulls, though. But, you know, always you feel you should just chuck a few more skulls on the old pile, eh? Hey, yeah, there we go. Right, so, yeah, they did. Hello, hello, Cracker. What the fuck are you doing here, coming from that fucking direction? The flip? What the flip? Alright, well, we've given Cathay quite the hiding so far. Don't think they're going to enjoy... Oh, if you...
Not likely.
You're throwing in a garrison, are you? That's a ballsy maneuver. It says, oh, you're not actually... Wait, are you not reinforcing? Hang on. Why aren't you reinforcing? Are you at war with these guys?
No.
I think you are.
I will not obey.
You're at war... Okay, so basically you're at war with each other, so you're going to let me torch the place. I mean, okay, tell you what. I'll kill you first. That seems fair, doesn't it? Alright, run away. Alright, we'll kill you first. You'll probably run away. Yeah. Across the river? Are you going across the river? Oh, but I can't follow you because I'm in the... Okay, if lay siege to this. Right, continue the siege. Alright. Okay, come here, you little shits. Come here! There's no point fighting that. Probably going to hurt me, isn't it? You know, that's not too bad. Don't go across the river, Skarbrand. Good boy. Attaboy. Right, you then run away. No, Skarbrand just wants to go. Okay, we're going to occupy this. It's a little corn place now. Oh, we had the other one as well, didn't we? Fuck. Never mind. Now, where are we? Brass Keep. Castelton is heading in this direction. I don't know if there's any point actually upgrading this. Because I'm probably going to send Skarbrand to destroy Talabecland, seeing as they're kind of just in the way now. But we'll repair these bits. May as well. Okay, and how are these armies faring? You know what? They're actually doing okay. The Bloodthirsters, not so good. We don't have Cracker Drac, do we? So if we come down and grab this, yeah, colonize that. I'm gonna bring you down here to like ambush. I don't think you'll actually move into range. If you, I want to kill Ungrim, but I suspect he's probably going to play hard to get. So we'll do something like that. Meanwhile, looks like Zhao Ming is on the way. So again, I'm going to come down here and ambush, because and I actually sent a save to Cave Assembly literally the other day with an example of where this kind of thing happens. So basically, about turn 4, start of the campaign, an enemy army that was, you know, roughly similar size to mine, was moving towards a settlement I had just taken. My army was out of position, so I marched it back over to my settlement. Now, the settlement had taken about 2 turns ago. It had a garrison of about 4 people in it. And my army was slightly smaller than the one that was heading towards the settlement. So, averages is, I probably had the advantage a little bit. But, the AI, at the end, like, so, I couldn't attack them, so I just marched into range. What did they do? They did one of 2 things. I checked this a few times. I reloaded the autosave a few times. Either they marched east, because they come from the south, and they just marched off to the east, just out of range of my army. Or alternatively, they encamped a little bit to the south, and when I attacked them, they ran away out of range. In both cases, that was very annoying, because it means basically I just have to chase that army. I only have 1 army at the start of the campaign. I can't defend my settlement, so basically what I've got to do then is just chase an enemy army around and hope I can catch it. I'm probably using ambush, because again, if it won't come to attack me, I'm going to have to ambush it to try and lure it in. And getting the ambush is nice, but it's not the main objective of being in ambush stance. It's to get the AI to actually move near me so I can actually attack them. Now, that's not why you should be ambushing all the time. I use ambush more than probably any other stance, and it's purely to try and get the AI to engage me. Which is why I'm doing... I mean, ideally, what I should do is like move down here and Miao Ying should like move to engage. Now she has a smaller army, but fuck it, she's probably got like 8 other stacks somewhere, right? It's not going to cause her any issues to throw herself away at this army. It provides me with entertainment, and the AI is supposed to do that. Making a difficult AI is very easy. Making an entertaining AI, that's tricky. And this is not a hard AI, and it's not particularly entertaining some of the time. Some of the time, it's just really fucking irritating. So it kind of failed on both counts. Okay, let's move you back. And that's not to say, look, I get it. AI is an incredibly difficult medium. I know some people just go, make the AI better. Well, it's not actually that simple. If you could, they can make a difficult AI, that's fine. They can make an AI that responds to every... I mean, the fact the AI can move millimeters out of range of your armies and knows exactly where it needs to go to do that, or even if it moves over here, it knows if it retreats, it'll go around the other side of the river and you won't be able to reach it. I know it does that sometimes as well, because sometimes it will just be just out... It'll be within range, but as soon as you attack it, it'll move out of range. The AI knows what's going to happen. It can calculate that. That's why it's doing that. That is, and we all know it, complete fucking bullshit. That's not fun. I mean, does anyone remember playing Worms, the first game? The more you played against the AI as the game was running, the smarter they got, until you could dig down. You could just dig down 3 times into this long hole, and the AI could perfectly drop a bazooka shot on you. Now that is incredibly difficult, unless you are a computer and you can just do that. And that's not fun, because the player can't do that. I mean, they could, but they'd have to be very, very good to be able to do that. And I mean ludicrously good, and probably a little bit lucky as well. I just want the AI to be a bit more aggressive. I don't mind them having more stuff. I want them to actually come and have a fight, rather than me trying to just lure them in all the time. I shouldn't have to be doing that. That's the... I can't express that enough. I shouldn't have to be... I shouldn't have to be the fucking Wile E. Coyote to the AI's Roadrunner. I shouldn't have to be setting up traps for it all the time. Because it feels like that sometimes. And I mean, I'm fairly safe here, which is fine. But the thing... Because it's asymmetrical, isn't it? Because the AI has more stuff than I do. The AI can throw 3 armies at one of mine, and I might be okay. But I probably won't be if they're going to throw 3 stacks at me, let's be honest. And if I lose an army, that's a major problem for me. If the AI loses an army, it just rebuilds all almost instantly. Ah, there we go, so you are in range. You'll probably run away from me. I'm going to assume you're going to run away. Yeah. Okay, but you're probably not going to be around far enough? Or maybe you... will you? Fuck! Right, well I don't know where Ungrim is. I'm just going to move over here. Oh, this was skulls. Lovely skulls. Right, so there's armies all over the place. I'm just going to sit people in ambush stance. Acceptable. And hope that maybe the enemy will move into range and I can bop them. There was an army in Talabheim, wasn't there? Was there an army in I'm fairly sure there was an army in Talabheim. I could be wrong. You're just out of range. You're in range, but you're just one guy, so I'm not super worried about that. So, I guess we just come over here and bop this? Very victory. Okay, I probably want to fight that one. Just so I don't take, you know... catastrophic losses. Let's pop you in there for a second. Okay, okay. Let's fight this one just to minimise casualties. You ever thought maybe you slaughter a bit too much? You know, slaughter for breakfast, slaughter for lunch, slaughter for tea. At some point, you're going to get bored of slaughter. Surely? Maybe? No. AI immediately abandoning the walls for some reason, which... I mean, they could have done some damage to my Bloodthirsters. That would have been quite nasty. But instead they just book it. Just get away ASAP. And the Bloodthirsters just follow them anyway. Down into the city, where they might get surrounded. But Skarbrand's going to be through that gate fairly quickly. And by fairly quickly, I mean like... Now, got it. What? In one. There we go. Perfection. So, we're going to come through the gate with the Minotaurs, with Ricky, with Brian, with the Great Cornholio, and of course with Skarbrand. And then these Empire Knights are going to regret their life choices. The Bloodletters climbing up onto the walls. I just think Ultra Resolve would probably just give me a swift kick in the nuts here, and I didn't really want to deal with it. I've actually forgotten about the Blood Crushers. Sent some Bloodletters to take out the Cannon Crew, or the Mortar Crew I should say, which they have done, which is good. Stuff there. And we're murdering our way along the wall, along the battlements, smashing into the Spearmen and Halberdiers. They may be anti-large, but not anti-Skarbrand. Taking a little bit of fire there from the handguns, though. The handguns really the only real dangerous unit they have. The Halberdiers just meh. The handguns seem to be making a break for it, trying to get the other side of this barricade, which is almost built. If they could just get through the barricade before we... Oh, they were just that little bit too slow. The barricade was literally constructed. It was just waiting for units to get out of the way. And because the handgunners moved just that little bit too slow, we managed to get into the barricade before it was constructed. Had they managed to build the barricade, they could have then, like, at least sat on it, and that would have been a slight issue. I mean, not a major issue, a slight issue, but still, it would have been an issue. And the slaughter continues. Not a battle, just a slaughter. Minotaur's changing direction, coming back, taking out these swordsmen. The poor bastards. Look at these spear boys. They're on fire. They're being butchered. No jam, though, which is a real shame. Bloodletter's coming in to join the party. We do have some great swords. Great swords. Slightly, you know, heavily armoured. Reasonable stats. Potentially a bit of an issue. I mean, not that much of an issue, but potentially more of an issue than, say, swordsman or spearman. But even then, not much. And, yeah, the Arminoses and everyone who's not dead already is now running. I feel like the Ultra Resolve probably would have treated us significantly harsher than that. Do I need the money? Nah. No, I'm going to occupy it. Ooh, look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff, eh? Some stuff there. Some good stuff. We could burn this, potentially. I'm going to stick you in there just to hold the line for a minute. Because we are going to want defences. Probably want defences here, actually. I could... Let's knock down that. We'll get some defences there. We need some defences here as well. I quite like the I'll knock down that. We'll get some defences. And then we need to raise Kusel. And also we need to kill Manfred. No particular reason. Just think he's a bit of a dick.
Exalted bloodthirster.
Okay, you just stay there for a minute. We'll upgrade you. I wanted to get some flamey boys, didn't I?
Khorne's edict.
We're going to be able to attack you. Was this the... I do things in between battles. I went to the loo, made myself a cup of tea. I genuinely can't remember if this is the same turn that Miao Ying's been there and this time she's fighting us, or if we could reach her before. I can't remember. It's probably not important. Anyway, so we've got a little garrison of Nurgle coming to help us as well. It says Pyrrhic Victory. You do have a lot of missile units, and of course you've got Miao Ying herself, which will prove to be somewhat tricky to deal with, but we do have some halbards there, so maybe we can, and Minotaurs, and Minotaurs are pretty much good against everything. Okay, so this should be a fairly easy engagement. I mean, you know, Miao Ying is quite right to run away from this, but I can't be asked to go and chase her army all over the place. That's the, I don't want to have to just keep going into ambush stance to try and fucking wipe out one army that won't fight me and just goes looking, just goes. I have to chase it into my territory because it's attacking settlements, and I have to build walls everywhere because, you know, the enemy armies aren't really playing strategy. They're just more than happy to wipe themselves out, but at the same time they don't want to. It's just annoying. I don't... yeah, so anyway, glad we can finally kill her. Now, she does have some Celestial Dragon Guard here. It could potentially be a problem. We have hit them in the flank, but they are quite killy boys. We are taking a lot... Ooh, those hand cannons. Managing to shoot... Hang on. Which fucking direction are they facing? They're facing this direction. Are they really? Oh, yeah, that's what they are. Okay, well, that's a weird direction. Anyway, doing a lot of damage to the Minotaurs. Strafing them. In comes Miao Ying, going lizard form. Going power gecko. And while she's doing that, the rest of her forces having to deal with the horde of bloodletters. We also have the plague toads of Nurgle, who have got the... They now have some anti-large, I think. Do they have anti-large? They do have anti-large. I think it's like 7. It's not very much, but it's something. Yeah, they get that from technology now, so some actual decent technology. And the Cathay force is instantly evaporating. Just getting absolutely destroyed. The Plague Toad's actually very good at disrupting formations. They do knock units about. The Bloodletters, on the other hand, just kill things, which also disrupts formations, but in a slightly different way. We have our Chaos Warrior Halbards up here. Now, these guys do have 29 bonus versus large, which means they do 20. They get the additional 29 melee attack and 29 weapon strength when facing a large unit like Miao Ying. And so Miao Ying is not having a particularly good time with facing these Chaos Warriors. Plus, of course, Andre the Giant is here. Now, Andre is not a bloodthirster, so he's not the big bruiser, but he's bad enough for Miao Ying to face while she's being poked to death with spears at the same time. More bloodletters being spawned in as well to get a nice little surround there. Miao Ying is really starting to take a lot of damage, and her army has been completely crushed as well. The allied Khorne and Nurgle forces just making an absolute meal of that army. And now Miao Ying is trying to escape, but she's being chased. And she dead. Alright, Meow. Oh, did we get a banner? We got the Banner of Rage. Nice. Nice. I love a good ragey banner. What do we want to take? Skulls? Yeah, money, replenishment. I'll probably get replenishment anyway. I do like your banner, though. I'll definitely take that. I might put that on you. So, I know what, I don't need the money. I don't need the skull. I'll just take the replenishment. Let's give you a good bopping. We do have another Cathay army. Very cold, still aloof. Expert charge defense and more melee defense for the entire army.
Spread slaughter. Later.
Okay, well you... Did you... How many skill points did you get? 2 skill points? That's not bad. That's alright. We probably should do some fusing. They see me fusing. They hating. Banner of the Hunter King. What the fuck does that do? Charge bonus melee attack. Vanguard deployment. Seems okay. Let's take that one. Let's take you. Son of Chaos Glory. Alright. Sure. Income from sacking settlements. It's never a bad choice, is it? Let's fuse you two. The Sword of Tekalis now. Reduce. Okay, so we got the Winds of Magic cost reduction. Is not great, but it is not necessarily a bad weapon to have. So maybe I'll give that to you. Oh, the Talisman of Preservation is pretty good. Do we have any enchanted items? What enchanted items do we have? A Manticore Horn. No. Okay, let's just try and fuse those, see what happens. A Hydra Head. Ooh. Now that does seem quite nice. It is a talisman. Unidentified Hydra Head. You know what? I do quite like the Idol of Darkness, but unless we give it to... Hang on, who's travelling with you? The Ultimate Warrior is. If we give this to you... Let's try that, and also confuse this garbage. I probably need to fuse some of these as well. Like, we've got Khornate mutants, but there's no other Khorne factions on the map, so we can fuse those. Refined Dreaming Bow. Bale Sword. What does the Bale Sword do? Garbage. Refined Dreaming Bow. That's for people who like missile strength. Fuck that! The Fragment of Heish. How would that even work? Would that work on us? I mean, obviously we can't equip it because we're not... But theoretically, would that just give us those spells? Oh, it's only usable by Kairos Fateweaver, so it wouldn't. That's you know, I'm just gonna salvage those. I don't need them. Fuck it. Get out of here. Okay, answer my own question. No, it would not. It would not. Right, where is Steve Stone Cold Steve Austin? What a handsome man he is. Good times. Right. We've got a couple of Empire armies sniffing around us, which we'll have to deal with as we move to finish off Kislev, who have at least 4 armies. I mean, fuck me. How many armies do you have? So there's at least 2 there.
To touch a dragonborn is blasphemy.
And another one of you. And that's just the ones in Cathay. That's not the ones that potentially causing us a problem, like down here. With that said, it does look like Kugath is pushing back. So good job, Kugath. We just need to finish off Kislev. And Ungrim's wandering around for some reason, wherever he is. Obviously, we'll have to see if we can finish him off. But that'll have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.